In the first scene, we're looking into VueJS 2 using the Options API. Here, we create a new Vue instance and pass an object configuration. The data property is an object that stores our reactive data, which in this case, includes properties A and B. Now, pay attention to the computed property in our configuration object. It holds another object, where we define the computed property sum. This property is defined as a function that returns the sum of A and B. As of a B change, Vue automatically updates sum to reflect the new values, reacting to changes in a performant manner. Zooming into the computed property, a computed property is essentially a getter by default. So, when we access this sum in our template or methods, it executes the function we provide here. In our case, it calculates the sum every time A or B changes. This is more efficient than manually recalculating the sum every time we need it, because Vue caches the result until the dependencies change. Moving on to VueJS 3 with the Composition API, things are different. We import reactive and computed from Vue to use them in our setup function. The setup function is a new concept in Vue 3 that allows us to use the Composition API. Here, state is made reactive via reactive function. It's a single reactive object with properties A and B. Then, we define sum as a computed property with the computed function which takes a getter function as an argument. The getter function returns the sum of state A and state B. Digging deeper into sum, the computed function used here is different from the Options API. Instead of an object, we pass a getter function directly. This getter function still has access to our reactive state and will be recalculated whenever state A or state B changes, similar to how it worked in the Options API but with a slightly different syntax. In the last part of the setup function, we return an object. This object exposes state and sum to the rest of our component, including the template. Anything returned from setup becomes available for binding in the template, allowing us to create a flexible and organized structure for our components' reactive data and computed properties using the Composition API.